All right. Hello again, adventurers, and welcome to another exciting episode of Traversing the Veil. Yes, this is one of my custom D&D settings or games set in my homebrew D&D world that's massively messed up, and the people below me. Um, I'm thinking they lost a bet somewhere. Maybe in a past life or something, and they just haven't realized their value yet. Makes them far too good for this. But until they realize that, I will torture them in my own little world. So, yeah.
Where else to go?
Few and announcements really quickly. First things first. Still very much under the weather, so if the game ends rather abruptly, that's because my body has decided to end it for me. So I apologize. I apologize that we've had to skip so many sessions. But we're doing it tonight, and through hell or high water, we will make some sort of progress. If I have to teleport them,
do it live.
we'll do it live. If I have to magically teleport them to the next set piece, I will. I will justify it later. So, yes. The other thing, because March is a weird month this year in that it has 5 Wednesdays, it means normally I would have this night off, but I've canceled so many times. I'm running this campaign this week, and then next week I will be running this campaign again, because that is the normal week we would have it. So, yeah. Otherwise, I think that's good. And it's been far too long since I've said it's time for us to return to traversing the veil.
Back.
The veil can be a fickle mistress, taking everything and giving nothing. Or sometimes giving you everything and just asking that you treat her right. For this crew, the veil's been to the temperamental. They've dealt with some interesting situations. They've had a dragging night to detract them. They've had to deal with less than reputable folks attempting to take their cargo. Even had to deal with a massive unknown creature no one had ever seen before. But they got paid, they got fixed up, and they decided to do something a little bit more personal on this leg of their journey. The captain, Karen, has her own quest she's been on, hoping to find some people that she lost. And she got a hint. She got told that somewhere on the Skywell, one of the furthest stations in the Sovereignty, on the very edge of the mapped part of the Sovereignty, she heard she could find some clues that would help her find her lost friends. When they got there, they discovered all the clues led them to a shack. A shack with a rather temperamental book that caused some major issues with the party, and they met two new friends. A warforged named Lucky and a Genasi named Zarian. They're not quite sure where the veil will lead them next, but they've got a navigator. And now they've got a map maker with them as well. So wherever they go, they'll have pretty nice maps of it. So, most recently, you guys have kind of agreed to take Zarian and the Lucky with you, and now you're making kind of final preparations before heading off from from this station. From what Zarian has been able to tell you all, you're going to be heading into the Southern Outlands, which for the most part is unmapped and uninhabited. There are islands out there, and people do head out into the Southern Outlands on a somewhat regular basis, looking for new mining opportunities, really anything interesting that they might be able to find out there in an unknown place. Most of them could come back, some don't. But it's far enough away that even the military is wary about going too far there. So, knowing that, what do you guys wanted to do? What kind of preparations do you guys want to make?
I want to buy as much scrap metal as 5 gold can get me.
All right. You can get an okay haul. Is there a particular type of scrap metal? Because things like iron, you can probably get a lot more iron than you're going to be able to get steel. And copper would be very, very difficult to come by.
I don't think the type of metal matters. I'm just doing it to give my steel defender a head.
Okay, yeah.
So it just takes magic and metal.
There's a few. They don't particularly enjoy this term, but most people just refer to them as junk dealers. Basically, people that will buy the stuff that the explorers bring in that doesn't seem to have any worth. You know, a couple of them, but pretty well. So you can get enough to finish the head on your steel defender without too much difficulty. Anybody else? Owie?
Is it possible for me to go to an armory and buy some stud leather armor?
Yeah, it's a little bit more difficult to find here in the Skywell than it would on maybe Vox's Landing, but there is a leather worker here, and he has a single set of studded leather. Most of his work involves harnesses and saddles and things like that out here, but he does have a single set of studded leather. It looks a little bit old, like it's got a very, very tiny bit of dust on it since no one's bought it in a little while, but it looks functional.
Okay, I will buy that.
Okay.
Or are you buying it with your own money, or do I need to deduct?
I am buying it with my own money.
Oh, okay. Delete.
Any other prep work you guys want to do before?
I would like to find myself the local apothecary, see if there's any potions I can get my hands on.
That is a little bit more common, seen as injuries in the Outlands tend to be a little bit more common than combat. So there are a couple different places that sell various potions. Though the highest you'll be able to find would be a greater potion of healing. So just regular and greater are the only two that you'll find on this station.
How much would a greater healing potion be in this town?
I have to remember how much they run for. I believe it's $1,000, or maybe it's 500.
Yeah.
I think it's for 500.
500 gold.
Yes. Well, a regular potion of healing is for the 50. I know that.
I'm sorry. Which type? I have a list of what I know. It's double
greater
for,
potion of healing.
I know it's 100 to craft. I believe it's double to make if it's greater, so it's 200.
Let me, because they have a
It's It's well, it would be 2,000 for superior.
give me a second, because it's not making it in the DM's guide. They have a thing where they talk about it, and I just have to find it.
And of course, it's also like depending on supply and demand. So no.
Sorry for those of you that are watching me just scroll through something. This is not this hard.
I can hand you a saw and you can just cut off your hand now. Pay with that.
Marvel, as we as a campaign deduce the inner workings of potion economics.
I swear to you, I used to know this stuff. And it's just
Hey, I got in my Curse of Strahd game. We got into a whole thing about it not making sense about how to make holy water, cost versus output.
Here we go. For uncommon, yeah. Generally, well, let's so this. Roll me a persuasion check, just to get things going.
Me?
Reggie, yes.
Persuasion. Okay.
This will be your haggling for your potions. Normally I would role play it, but right now I'm just really.
That is totally fine, dude. I think we can just bypass the haggling because I only got a 12.
Okay. Yeah. Then currently they run 450.
I'll just take 2 normal healing potions then.
Okay.
And I think that's just like a flat 100 gold.
Yep.
Okay, removing that. And I'm buying that with my own money.
Little.
And that's it for me.
How are you all going to get this money from? Jeez.
It's not that.
Now that right there, my good friend, is my own little secret. And I just strut back onto the boat.
All right. Any other prep work before you guys head out?
No.
Nothing off the top of my head.
All right. So you all eventually get all your gear. You guys see Lucky and Caesarian bringing on their stuff, kind of prepared for a decently long trip. From what they've mapped, it's looking like you're probably going to be out at least for a couple weeks to get there and back, and then depending on how much time you spend there, you might be gone for the upwards of a month. So
We still have a half months of military rations and a half months of the fine rations.
okay. So
Unless we want to stock up some more. Like, do we want to buy another month? Everyone?
up to you guys. With you being the quartermaster, it would kind of be your call.
Why don't we just play on the safe side and get another month's worth?
Okay. So you guys see Smegwick loading on the rations and everything else. And
How much would that cost?
of course. Why? Let's say
Because it's a
for
month's worth. I mean, that's a little bit more for me to find out.
Let's say a flat for a month's worth. Let's say a flat 100 gold.
Yeah.
For a month's worth for 6 people. We'll say that. I have all this stuff written down somewhere.
Can I roll persuasion? I think this would be in my thing.
Unless I don't eat, so.
Sure, you can attempt it.
Okay. I would also like to be very charming in this instance when I am haggling and use my Fey presence, because it's not technically a spell. I don't know if you want to roll a Wisdom saving throw DC 16.
I'm going
or you give me advantage. I don't know.
I'm going to say, for this particular instance, there's not a lot of haggle room here.
Okay.
So whether or not, just because, again, 3 meals a day for 5 people for a month is still going to cost normally around 100 gold.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll, and you might be able to knock off a little bit, but you can be as charming as you want. You're not going to get it for that much lower.
Okay. So do I roll with advantage or?
Just roll. Just give me
Okay.
a
Persuasion. $14.
Not particularly impressed by it, and they kind of put on that, well, we're a small business, and showed you pictures of his kids, and at that point you started to feel a little bit bad about trying to haggle them out, and you went, okay,
I don't. They do this every day.
Yeah, still the 100.
200. All right, fine.
All right. So you guys see Smegwick loading on some more rations and things like that, and you all get ready to go.
I'm presuming that also does include like food and water. All right, cool.
Drink water, kids.
All right. So, God, I have 7 different things. All right. So, you guys get on the ship, and after dealing with all the docking stuff and going out to open Vale, you are out. And the first day or so of the journey is relatively uneventful. The captain, for the most part, stays at her cabin, looking at the charts that have been plotted. She'll bring Zarian in every so often to confer and make sure that she's charting the right course and everything. But for the most part, she seems kind of focused on making sure that you guys get there as quickly as possible.
I would have, during the first day, been burning spell slots. So I'm treating this as if I'm like reviving my defender to
Okay.
just make the head, so burning a spell slot and spending
Okay.
the hour.
Oh, and just to let you guys know, we will move us all to the cargo deck. This is the cargo deck on the ship in Roll 20. You guys would have, Zarian and Lucky, you would have been given the left cabin on the bottom here, which has a total of 4 beds in it. That would be your crew cabin.
Alrighty.
And our rooms are on a different level, right?
Yeah, the rest of the crew is on the mid deck. I don't know who picked which room, but they are. And then on the top deck, the captain has her own room, which is effectively above you guys. And then on the mid deck as well is your little kind of lounge area that overlooks the balcony that leads to the cargo deck, because that's all going to be open so that you can lift all your cargo out through the top of the ship.
Now, Reggie, was it?
Yes, how can I help you?
What kind of defenses does this ship have?
Breaking character here. DM, it's been so long since we played, I can't remember if our ship has any weapons.
As of right now, no. There are places where you could, in the sovereignty, it's very common to have ballistae on ships, seen as the tips can be fitted with explosives if they're needed, or alchemist fire, things like that. As far as like cannons and the things like that, they're not something that's really available. Like firearms aren't really a thing in the sovereignty. So you do have places where you could mount a ballista or two, but you don't have a weapons deck like they would have on like a very large warship or anything. And you
So we
currently
have
no
the
weapons.
places that so we have slots on the ship that weapons could be installed in, but we just don't have them.
You have areas where you could install them, but it's not like you have like a ballista hole that you've just never put one on. There's no mounting materials or anything. This is a cargo ship, and it's a relatively
Right.
smallish one. So
It's reassuring. Lucky, can you just stay on deck and let us know if something happens?
Okay.
I was going to offer to tinker with your defenses, but I see you're the defenses.
Yeah, that we are. Our captain got this ship on a deal.
I mean, the former owners kind of had to vacate really quickly, apparently.
See. Well, I'll be downstairs until I'm needed. I gotta put a head on this guy.
Okay.
Not the strangest thing I've ever heard.
And I will go back to my room and spend the hour or so on the first day
okay.
giving him an actual head.
Lucky, do you want to find a place to kind of perch yourself on the top deck, or?
Yes, I actually will. I'll go to the front.
Okay.
And I will look out front, and I'll start making mental notes of every cloud that passes by, its
Okay.
shape and its color, and immediately forget it and try to remember what happened like 5 seconds beforehand.
Okay.
And that's the vicious cycle.
So yeah, going up to the bow of the ship. For the most part, it's mostly kind of clear. Skies is everywhere. For the first few days, you can basically just kind of stand at the bow and watch. The Vale itself is relatively calm, not too many swells or any things like that. And even the wind seems to be on your side, with you guys making pretty decent progress. And on the fourth day, as everyone else is doing the things that they do when they're on the ship.
Would you say we've taken a long rest during any of these times?
Yes. You probably every night when you could go to bed, you could count that as a
Oh,
rest.
thank God.
Clicking long rest on D&D Beyond.
So, on the fourth day, obviously Lucky is taking his job very seriously. What are the rest of you doing?
Probably on the crow's nest, looking out from a higher vantage point.
Okay.
Occasionally, looking over at looking, making note of all the clouds, and that's interesting. And then she continues watching.
I would be trying to take the jumbled mess of papers that we found in the house and try to make it into an actual map for other people to read and not just me. So
Okay.
I'd be doing that.
All right. So you'd be below deck for that.
I am either manning the helm or during calmer moments of the travel, I am playing my violin for everyone.
Okay.
I would imagine at some points, you and I being spellcasters and Aoi keeping lookout, you and I would probably switch out whenever you have to take a break.
Oh yeah,
And
during those break time moments, I would actually go down to my little cot area that I made for myself in the back of the actual cargo room.
Mm.
And
Every time you have a room, I don't. Okay.
I prefer my corner, thank you. And none of you know what I'm doing down there.
Ooh,
None of us want to know.
Now you're
mysterious.
I'll be in my bunk.
Jody, just for the DM's sake, I will DM you what he does there.
You know, what you do in your alone time, that is entirely up to you.
No, I will say this. It actually is kind of plot relevant.
Then that's fine. Yeah, so during one of these kind of breaks,
Periodically, when I'm not manning the thing, I'm just doing the quartermaster stuff every once in a while, just checking how things are in the quarters and supplies and so forth.
I'll say at this particular point, because there was not going to be a course correction for another few hours, it would have been completely normal to kind of put the ship on autopilot with the rope, and having both Aoi and Lucky up here in case you were needed. Both of you could have been kind of off doing your own the thing for 15 to 20 minutes without too much worry. So at this particular moment, again, it's been really, really calm. And Lucky, you are the first one to kind of notice something feels different. The first thing you notice is your skin feels different. And as you kind of look down, you can see like little bits of like static electricity are just kind of dancing across the surface of your metallic skin in a way that you've never seen before.
Is the same thing happening to Aoi since she's resistant to electricity?
No, actually, Aoi, with you being up in the crow's nest, you would actually notice on you would notice that Lucky seemed to be kind of illuminated a little bit. You notice he just starts to kind of glow bit. From far away, you can't see the tiny bits of static electricity. You just see
Okay.
he's producing light.
Hey, Lucky, you seem to be glowing from where I'm standing.
I'm shiny.
In,
What do I do?
in the far off distance, we hear the last dragon.
And after you kick a comment, you instantly feel goosebumps form as this kind of rush of cold air just instantly changes the temperature around you from kind of temperate to very, very chilly. Not enough to be painful, but very, very noticeable.
All of us, or just one?
Just owie for right now.
Oh.
Well,
All right, kid.
yeah, I'm fine. Just a little cold.
And all of you, having been at sea long enough, would know that rapid changes in temperature generally can turn into very bad things.
I think like me and Reggie look at each other, like, uh-oh.
This is not good.
As you guys start heading up to get onto the top deck, you suddenly feel the ship itself kind of lurch. Not enough to be dangerous or anything, but enough for you to... What the hell?
We're having flashbacks.
All of you start looking for
trigger,
giant
trigger.
sea monsters.
Lucky and Zari, why we're suddenly so hyped right now.
Yeah, Allie is quickly making her way down to the top deck. She knows she does not want to get in that precarious situation again.
Okay. As you hit the top deck itself, you feel the ship kind of shudder again. And as you kind of look over to Lucky, you can actually see there are little kind of balls of static electricity that are kind of coalescing on Lucky's skin all over it. He has these like little kind of balls of like ball lightning all over him, just kind of traveling around.
Dude,
I made
Wolf,
friends.
Wolf, wasn't he dry as sheets? What's going on?
I made friends. I don't know what are they?
Do we see anything on him, or just dancing?
Just it literally looks like ball lightning. Just little balls of electricity
Oh.
are just kind of dancing along his skin.
Like little electric will-o'-the-wisps?
Kind of, yeah.
Now that myself and Gerald are up there, would the same thing be happening to my robotic companion?
I'll touch the fingertips with Smegwick.
Well,
I was looking at
currently,
little-
Lucky is
little
still
balls.
at the front of the ship. As you could come up, your companion seems to be fine. But you notice it starts kind of looking around and shifting and fidgeting a little bit. And after a minute or so, you can start to see like a very, very, very faint glow coming from it.
I'm gonna stand at the top of the stairs going down with Gerald right in front of me,
Mm-hmm.
just kind of hiding behind him.
Okay.
I kind of hold my hand out. I don't touch Lucky, but I have my hand out, and since it's just a cantrip, I kind of I just let a little shocking grasp off. Go. Pff.
Okay.
See the little guy's interested. Like
Lucky.
no, the little,
Uh-huh.
the little sparkly friendo.
That are attached to Lucky?
All this I'm just holding it up in the air to see that little thing's
Sure,
interested.
sure. Lucky and Smegwick, make me some dex saves, would you?
Oh, even though I'm just doing it out in the air, I'm not touching. But okay.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Do I get any bonuses from Lucky?
If you're in touching distance, yeah, you get +4.
Ooh, thank you. Good to know.
It's 20, not natural for me.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Plus what?
4.
Plus 4. Okay, so that's 23.
All right. So as you create a little bit of lightning, you watch as you start to feel the magic to channel into to your hand, and you see the electricity start sparking on your hand as you've done many times before. the sky above you instantly turns dark, literally only right above you, as a cloud seemingly appears from nowhere and a bolt of lightning hits the ship between you and Lucky. Both of you hear the crack of thunder literally milliseconds before the lightning bolt hits, and it's just enough time for you to kind of to turn your bodies, as when it impacts with the ship, there is a small kind of explosion of electricity that knocks both of you back.
Oh, that's making the save knocks us back.
Yes, you didn't take any damage.
Ah, okay.
I'm looking down from the helm. And I'm like, why?
That doesn't normally happen.
That wasn't me.
I am a god. No, that's not too much to hope for. This is some weird atmospheric hoodoo going on.
I point my halberd at him. What did you do?
I said it's a weird atmospheric hoodoo. This is a cantrip.
As you say that, you can see the cloud that has miraculously appeared has gotten larger and is spreading.
Uh-oh.
And now most of this sky has turned dark.
Turning.
Faster.
As you start kind of cranking the wheel, you guys see the sails themselves fill with even more wind, and you feel the entire ship kind of lurch as you are now fighting against the wind that is drawing you further and further into this growing larger and larger storm.
Do I want to fire an eldritch blast into the cloud to see if it disperses?
Sure, your magic's worked thus far.
I'll say this out loud. Like, do I want to do this?
No.
I back away.
While this is happening, Zarian and your buddy, I need deck saves from you two, but I will give you advantage since you are technically into the doors.
I think what I would want to do actually is to roll Arcana to see if this is a good idea or not, or if I have something else comes to mind.
We'll come back to you in a second.
Okay.
17 for me.
Okay.
He's proficient in deck save. That's weird. 17 for Gerald as well.
Very nimble, Robo. So you see Gerald kind of glowing more and more, and you start to see the ball lightning, and you kind of put two and two together, and you kind of yell, Gerald, down! And you watch him just kind of dive forward, and you dive back as another bolt of lightning hits the deck. And again, there is an explosion of electrical energy that doesn't generally happen with a lightning strike. Nor does lightning tend to strike a random place. Generally, a lightning strike strikes an object for a purpose. Like, generally, it'll strike the tallest thing or whatever's giving off the most electricity. Like, that's the whole point of the lightning rods. But this doesn't seem to be doing that. It's not striking either of the two metal objects you guys have dealt. It is struck right next to them, and then it's just exploded. Go ahead and make your Arcana check, Smegwick.
Thank you. Come on, D&D Beyond.
I'm gonna have Gerald come into the room with me, just in case if he's attracting the lightning. I don't want to be on the deck of the ship.
Okay. As Gerald gets closer, you notice the ball lightning hasn't dissipated.
All right,
and
then.
when he comes in, he starts glowing a little bit brighter.
I got a 22.
22. So from a purely arcane point, if this is some sort of arcane storm or caused by some sort of magic, you don't really see an explanation as to why literally just launching beams of force at it would change anything, unless there was an object that was causing it that you could hit and possibly destroy or disrupt with it.
Yeah.
But this appeared out of nowhere, so I know there's not like an object in the center.
Yeah, you are not aware of any
Yeah.
object. Again, there are things in this world that allow for instantaneous transport of people, items, objects, things like that. So it's theoretically possible there could be an object, but you would have no idea where it is or what it is.
Do I have a sense of what we should do? Like I don't know if I've heard tales about this kind of thing from like an Arcana standpoint of the things that happen as we get into the weird spots of the Veil.
From an Arcana standpoint, Arcana is basically magical history. Are there magical effects that cause storms? Yes. Druids are rather famous for being able to call storms and things like that. And there have been some relatively powerful wizards that would do it as well. Nothing you're seeing here is pointing towards this being caused by some sort of arcane spell-like quality.
Okay, that was gonna be my guess.
In my journeys through my expeditions, have I been through this area?
This particular area, no. You guys are taking kind of a weird route to get where you need to go because you have to follow the directions of this very bizarre map. However, in your other excursions into the Outlands, this is a unique experience.
Well, I don't know what's happening. Anyone have any ideas?
You think someone's targeting us or something?
Well, it seemed to kick off a phenomenon when I use a cantrip, and now all of a sudden this is going. Is the clouds growing bigger?
At this point, you can no longer see the edge of this storm, but the rain is so heavy you're having a hard time seeing much further than about 30 to 40 feet. The rain now is kind of plastering your vision. The deck itself is very, very slick. The veil itself is kind of churned, and the ship is kind of moving up and down a little bit more. As you guys are on there, you feel the ship lurch again. This time a little bit more than it has before, enough that you guys have to kind of catch your footing for a moment. Why doesn't everyone give me perception checks?
Good, give that.
Oh boy.
We will say you are currently in dim light.
Perception.
Oh!
Affect those who do not have dark vision.
Yes.
So disadvantage.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry to say. I'm sorry to say, you had advantage with dark vision.
No, no dark vision means the disadvantage.
Oh, okay, but
Regular
dark,
check
but-
if you have the dark vision.
oh, okay. I'll go with my 11.
Okay.
It's all rain.
Natural 1 for Zarian because, disadvantage, and 18 for Gerald.
Okay. So you're trying to figure out what's going on with Gerald, and with how bright he's currently glowing, you can't see to outside of the room that you're in. He's creating so much light.
Reggie,
Lucky-
aren't you a half elf?
We'll go.
I'm
Howie, what-
going through like all my features
That's
right now.
perfectly fine. We'll get back to you in just a second. Howie?
Yeah.
2 minus 1.
So, yeah, you're still a little bit shook from the fact that the ship is rocking so heavenly. Lucky.
11.
Yeah, you yourself are still glowing and have the ball of lightning. And you're actually a little bit kind of worried that the rain that is now coating your skin is seemingly having no effect on the ball lightning.
Yeah, because wire would conduct electricity.
Yeah. So I'm gonna get-
Also metal wood.
Yeah. I use my halberd as a walking cane and find my way back down below.
Okay.
And when I pass Zarya and I say, "Hey, something happened,"
Because Zarya and Gerald are basically in the doorway you need to go, we will deal with you trying to get down below in just a second.
gotcha.
Reggie, what'd you get for your roll?
18.
18. Okay.
Thought you
So-
roll normal if you have dark vision.
Well,
I already
we'll-
rolled twice. Anyway, and I forgot my first roll. So
that's-
18.
18 is perfectly fine. We'll just
If this happens again, I'll roll normally. But for now, 18.
Yeah. Between Reggie and Gerald, Reggie, you're kind of out on the ship and you're trying to turn it and keep the ship, the rudder from breaking off and everything like that. As you look out, you see one of the waves of the Veil kind of rise really, really high and then falls, but only part of it falls.
Uh-oh. Oh, no.
And you see some kind of like writhing mass
Not
descend
again!
down into-
What is that? What is that?
Gerald, on the other hand, even with his high roll, the thing that he notices most is as Lucky is walking towards, both of them start glowing brighter and brighter and brighter.
I immediately jump back in case there's about to be an explosion. Because I imagine I don't have much time other than that.
As they get closer, you start seeing they're effectively blinking. They will get slightly dimmer and then brighter, then dimmer, then brighter, dimmer, then brighter.
They're
Lucky.
flashlights.
You would notice this as well. The closer you get to Gerald, which is the direction you're heading, you're starting to flash and blink.
Lucky, I suggest you stay an okay distance away. I don't know what's going to happen.
I'm scared.
You think I like this? I don't want you blowing me up, man.
But I don't want to be in the rain. I don't want to be in the rain anymore.
Is there 2 doors to the downstairs, or is it just the one?
There to get to the stairs. There's a door on the starboard, and there's a door on the port.
All right. I'll have Gerald move aside. I'll have Gerald just walk out and to the right as far as he can go, so that Lucky can pass by.
Okay. As they get within about 10 to 15 feet of each other, I need both Lucky and Gerald to make dex saves again.
Oh boy. Okay.
Okay. It's a good thing I can revive this thing.
Oh god, that was so scary. That was a 7, and then it's 17. So 22.
All right.
5 with an @1.
All right. So Lucky, you feel your skin kind of tighten a little bit, and your muscles kind of seize, and you realize another bolt is coming. So you kind of throw yourself up backwards as another bolt strikes the deck, literally in the midpoint between you and Gerald. Gerald, unfortunately, is not quite as lucky as Lucky. He takes 8 points of lightning damage as the explosion kind of hits him and launches him across the ship, kind of skidding and scattering until he is stopped by stairs on the opposite side of the ship.
Well, that proved that theory. And I'll just usher Lucky down the stairs, and then I'll go outside so he's in the stairway.
Okay. Lucky, you notice that despite the fact that you're inside now, you are still glowing, and you're seeing more of these little ball lightnings showing up.
Yeah, that's not good.
What would you all like to do? You can hear the two things at the sails or to the masts. You can hear the two masts kind of straining as the wind is picked up so much at this point that it's starting to kind of pull the sails off of the masts and everything.
Do we, the crew, need to start doing things too, like the masts and stuff? I'm not too well known versed on sailing.
Yeah.
Generally, if you're in a storm like this, you generally want to rein in the sails because
yeah.
you can lose your mast if it gets if the sails pick up too much wind and break it. And it will mean that the pilot doesn't have to fight the wind while trying to keep the ship on course. They have a little bit less maneuverability just because they can't change the sails, but it's better than losing your entire mast.
Do we have one or two masts?
You have to do two masts.
If someone informs me of that, I will have Gerald start working on raising or unfurling one of the sails.
Yep. And this ship has been particularly built to be crewed by a very small crew, so there is a fair amount of kind of automation and a lot of pulley systems and things like that, so that you don't have to climb all the masts yourself. But it will take 2 people per mast to completely roll them up. So
I would help the one with Gerald then.
okay, it'll be strength athletics checks for anyone that wants to try and roll up a sail.
Gerald is slightly better than me, so
If I work with Owie on the other one, like I think you want Owie to roll.
it's 19 for Gerald.
Okay. So Gerald starts rolling up one side. There's still the other side of this sail that needs someone to roll it up, but it seems like Gerald is doing well enough on his own.
Oh, was Zarian supposed to go to the other side, or was he supposed to go to the same side as Gerald?
If you want to roll it up as well, then I just need you to make a strength athletics as well.
Oh, okay. 15 for me.
15. Okay, so between the two of you, it's rough work, and your arms hurt afterwards, but you are able to secure one set of sails, which, Reggie, you notice that the ship is not quite pulling as hard as it was before.
Oh, this ain't good.
For the other set of sails, who's rolling them up?
I'm too much good strength that,
I have a 9.
Okay, I'll give it a shot. It's a +1. Ah, 5.
Okay.
I come out, I have a +3.
Oh, okay, so, 8.
Does anyone else want to do the other side? There needs to be 2 people to secure this as the sails.
Oh, I mean, if I have to roll, I thought one person was rolling with 2 people helping, but I'll give it a shot.
If your character's doing something, they're rolling.
Okay. Well, I mean, I thought it was like a help action thing with us working together. I'm sorry. So is it a strength check or is it a save?
Strength athletics check.
Yeah, I don't have proficiency in athletics.
Me neither. Okay. Rolled a 7, got a 6.
All right. So as you guys are trying, the ropes get away from you. Both of you take a single point of the damage as you get just a small rope burn on your hands.
Oh, I imagine it's because Smegwick got knocked into like the railing or like
Nope, just a rope burn. And now the sail is unsecured and is kind of flapping wildly, which is making piloting even more difficult. Reggie,
Help! Help!
as you're piloting, you're doing everything you can to look for calmer channels to go through. You're kind of feeling the veil beneath you, but the veil itself is not acting the way it normally should. As you're kind of pulling it, you can feel kind of the channels beneath you, but they seem to keep ending where they shouldn't, and then the ship will kind of lurch as you kind of run into a new channel that brings you in a new direction, and then you'll start to kind of feel that channel and start to ride it, and then again it'll just stop, and the direction of the veil will change massively. And as you're doing this, you start to kind of doubt yourself for some odd reason. You're sitting there, you're going, wow, this doesn't make sense. I'm not doing this right. I'm gonna fail. I'm gonna screw this up. I'm gonna crash the ship, and there's nothing I can do about it. And as you keep hearing that over and over again, it doesn't feel right. And you start thinking about it and the word choice. Like you to talk to yourself. You don't talk to yourself like this. But in your head, it sounds like you. But something about it just seems awkward and wrong. But no matter what you do, no matter what other mantras you try to get, you just have this overwhelming voice in your head that just keeps repeating, you can't save them. You're going to fail. You're going to crash the ship. There's nothing you can do. And it just keeps getting more and more insidious. And it starts shifting. Just give in. Go with the flow. Stop fighting. You can feel the current. You're going to crash the ship. Go with the current. Stop fighting. Relax. Let go of the wheel.
What?
While this is happening, the rest of you are kind of having similar experiences, though not quite as powerful. You guys are starting to feel kind of depressed, and the one person that is a little put off to it, Lucky, you generally don't do a lot of talking to yourself in your head. So there's a voice in your head that sounds exactly like you, but it is clearly not.
I would probably have a conversation with this voice then.
Okay, so the voice itself, for you personally, is saying, this is your fault. You caused this is a storm. You're going to kill the crew. It's following you. The storm is following you. You need to stop resisting. The more you resist, the worse it gets. You need to get off the ship. You're going to kill Zarian. You need to get off the ship. Get off the ship. Go to the bow. Get off the ship.
So where is... I'm going underneath. Where is that last step? Where's the
so right here
stairwell at?
are the two doors that lead below deck. So you theoretically are right here.
While this was going on, would I have seen them struggling to work on the other sail?
Yes, you would have.
And I would have had me and Gerald go to assist.
Okay. Go ahead and make your strength saves. Or not saves, athletics checks.
16 for me.
And I'll say with them there, you can roll them with the advantage.
Okay, then 18 for me because I just rolled my second one. 23 for Gerald.
Okay. So between the two of you, you are able to eventually kind of rein it in and tie it off as best you can. But it is rough. And every time you make progress, you just keep hearing yourself in your head. You're screwing this up. The sails are going to go off. And even if you save this as the sails, Gerald is the one that's doing this. He causes this as a storm. You need to get him off the ship. Get him off the ship. Take him to the railing. Get him off the ship. Over and over and over again. So back to Lucky. That is what has been said to you. How do you respond?
I would be seriously. Honestly, it would be a lot of just contradicting whatever I hear myself saying. It's like, saying things like, "I'm going to get Zarian killed." No, I'm not. I like Zarian. I protect him. Just having a legit conversation with the voice in my head.
So, as you say that, the voice starts kind of changing. Why? How can you care for him when you're killing him?
I don't kill him. I protect him. I never kill. I don't hurt him.
The lightning is your fault. The lightning is going to kill Zarian.
I can't make lightning. Why would I? How would I do that? I need to.
Are you saying this out loud?
Yeah, you are hearing Lucky's
loud.
side. You're not hearing my side.
Like,
We're all just looking at him like,
rubbing my hands like.
But Zarian is going to die, and it's your
I would never let that
fault.
happen. No.
Yes,
No,
it
I
is.
protect him.
The lightning on your skin is attracting this as a storm. You know this.
Well, then I won't go near him then, and that's won't let him touch me.
As long as you're on the ship is going to be destroyed by the lightning that you're causing. You need to get off the ship. Jump off
If
the
I fall
side.
off the ship, I'm gonna hurt. I'll fall. I'll die.
You said you will want to protect Zarian. The only way to protect Zarian is to jump off the ship. You'll be fine. I promise. And now the voice doesn't sound like you anymore.
Who are you?
There's no time for that. All of your new friends are going to die. Jump off the ship. I'll catch you. Jump off the ship.
I go to the edge of the ship.
Now, I heard you say you don't want to jump off the ship.
And then you watch him walk over to the edge of the ship.
Hey! What are you doing? What?
Don't listen to
someone get him! Someone get him! I cannot let go of the helm!
And I just look over the edge.
As you
Do
kind
I
of
see somebody?
As you kind of look down, make a wisdom save for me.
Okay.
Are these like
I'm good at this.
veil sirens or something that we're dealing
That's what I'm
with?
thinking.
23.
Yeah, you kind of look down, and at first you start seeing something. You're not quite sure. But then it kind of fizzles and fades as you blink your eyes, and you recognize an illusion when you see it. And you kind of try to peer further, but you're far enough above the veil that you're having a hard time seeing. And the veil itself is opaque, but you suddenly see the veil kind of rise in just one area, and then the veil drops down, and there is something very, very large and dark and writhing that very quickly goes beneath the veil. I'll catch you. Don't worry. You need to save Zarian. Zarian's about to die. I'll catch you. Quickly, jump off the ship. Zarian's about to die. The rest of you, the voice is getting more oppressive in your own heads, though it still sounds like you.
When I finish the rope, I'm like, oh my god, I could just freaking die.
No!
I'm exhausted.
You can...
How do I know you're gonna catch me?
I told you I'll catch you. Have I ever lied to you before? You can trust me.
I've only just met you. How would I know if I could trust you?
Hey, Lucky, what are you playing, pal? I'm here to have a conversation here.
And Sister Smegwick, go ahead and make a wisdom Sister save for me.
Oh god, I don't have any more inspiration. Wisdom save. I swear
Not
to God,
anywhere near
I'm gonna
am I?
switch to physical dice. You screw me over, D&D Beyond. I'm switching to physical dice, D&D Beyond.
What'd you get?
Got an 8.
An 8. So as you
If Lucky's helping me, I don't know.
I don't think I'm within distance.
I'll just say even if he was, it's not high enough.
Okay.
So as you're trying to kind of talk to him, you suddenly just feel very strange, and you have a really hard time saying anything. And as you sit there, you kind of just start retreating into yourself, and this voice that just keeps saying, "You just screwed up. You screwed up. This is your fault. If you hadn't let that sail go, if you'd actually secured it like you were supposed to, the ship is gonna go. Everything you've touched so far, you've just broken. If you stay on the ship, more people are gonna die. There are people that are counting on you, and you're just gonna lead them to their death. You should get off the ship. That'll help everyone. Get off the ship."
Would I have heard Lucky's half of the conversation about
Yes,
jumping? I would have had Gerald
everyone
look
at this
over.
point has heard Lucky's half the conversation. He's not being
Yeah.
quiet.
Despite what I know is going to happen, I'll have Gerald go over and try to essentially tackle him so he's not going to jump off.
Okay. As Gerald gets closer, they start to blink again. But as Gerald kind of collides with Lucky, go ahead and have Gerald make a strength athletics. This will be a good grapple check. So Lucky, you can choose this as strength athletics or dexterity acrobatics.
Oh, well, definitely going with athletics.
22 for Gerald.
Okay.
14.
14. Yeah, as he tackles you, you feel the kind of strange sensation of metal on metal as you both kind of clatter to the deck. And as you both are kind of looking at each other, you watch as the ball lightning on you guys passes through the ball lightning on the other person without interacting whatsoever. And very similar to as if you had pushed your hand through an illusory object, the ball of lightning is now semi-transparent to both of you.
Do we all see it?
Only them currently,
Aw.
just because they're bright enough that you can't see the individual ball lightning.
I would have commanded Gerald to essentially pin him so that he can't jump over.
Hey. They're not real.
And I'm guessing if we were helping on the masts, I guess Smegwick would be on one side, like over here.
Sure.
Actually, I probably wouldn't even have the intelligence enough to realize that. What I don't know.
The way that illusions work in general, if you touch them, you know they're in a little illusion because they have no mass. So, it literally part of most illusion spells say once you realize it's no longer an illusion, it turns to transparent to you.
So I'm still pinned by Gerald, right?
Yep, and the voice in your head is getting angrier. He's trying to kill you. They realize that you're going to get them killed. You should take both of you off.
Nah.
Just jump into the veil. I'll
Sorry,
catch
it wouldn't
you.
hurt me. He wouldn't do anything to me. Hey, Zarian, the thing's not real.
What? What are you talking about?
The light, the light thingies on me. It's not real.
Okay, which one of us is college educated? Which one of us isn't?
I learned Elvish by a correspondence course.
The rest of you guys are now, the voice in your head is not sounding like you anymore. It's
Yeah.
starting to shift its to the tone. And it's starting to get more kind of oppressive. The ship is lost. You need to get off it. Jump in the veil. I'll catch you. I'll take you to safety.
No!
Doubt this is gonna work, but now that it's not sounding like my voice,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna cast see invisibility and see if I see anything on the deck with us.
Okay, make a concentration check.
I gotta remember, I don't have Warcaster.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, that's a valid point. Since I'm pinned,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna cast Misty Step
Okay.
and go. See, where am I at exactly on the map?
I don't think you have a mini.
Do you
I
have
don't.
a mini yet?
No.
There's not one for Gerald either, but I don't think I'm within 10 feet of you when I did this, so.
Let's just say you're right there.
Okay.
I'll get you a mini here as soon as I can.
But I'm assuming I'm not within 10 feet of Lucky, so it's 16.
Yeah, you're not.
Concentration check is good. You're able to cast as a see invisibility. And you don't see anyone invisible or around you. But again, your vision is pretty heavily obscured right now. Due to just how thick everything is right now. The brain.
Well, there goes my idea. Does anyone else have a brilliant idea? I don't see anything. And that's the problem.
No, wait a minute. Now, who saw the mass in the veil?
Lucky did,
Yeah.
but he hasn't said anything about it.
Okay, I thought 2 people did. Okay, never mind.
But yeah, I would cast Misty Step and pop up right back here by the door.
Go ahead and make me a concentration check. Use this for right now. This is you.
Okay.
No, see if you can move it. If not, I'll fix that in a second here.
No, I cannot.
Okay.
Con save would be 19.
How about now? Go ahead and try and move it now. Con save is successful, so you are able to cast a spell and you move. You guys
No.
watch as he kind of vanishes from the spot he is and he appears.
No, I cannot move it.
Okay.
Though.
Then to try this, go to the journal to the tab and roll to the 20.
Mm-hmm.
There should be one that says Lucky.
Hmm.
Click on the name Lucky and drag it over to the
Yep, there it
you
is.
go. Now you should be able to control.
But I would, so I would peer there
All right.
and say, I guess I would just say that there's something down there. You said it was black, right? Black color? Or did I even see color at all?
It was very, very dark.
Okay.
So black would make sense.
Yeah. So I would say there's something down there under the veil. And it wants me to jump.
Is it the same pessimistic thing that I've been hearing?
I don't know if it's pessimistic, but it wants me to get off because it says I'm gonna hurt Zarian.
How the hell would you hurt me?
It says I'm gonna kill everybody because I can pull the lightning.
Say it's over there, and I'll go to the side and look over.
Okay, as you get closer, the voice gets even louder. Just go, quickly. The ship is lost. I'll save you. Go, quickly. I'll save you. You go ahead and make another wisdom save for me.
This is gonna go well. That's a 7.
As you look down, you can see some sort of shape beneath the veil start to kind of rise up. And it looks safe. It looks a lot more seaworthy than where you are right now.
Am I compelled to jump then?
I'm not going to say you're compelled, but it makes sense. Like, it seems like the best viable option in your head, but you are not being forced to make that decision. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So I guess, to avoid metagaming, I would start climbing the rail to the ship.
Okay. So you guys watch as Zarian starts climbing the rail. Zarian, if you want to go to the thing and just drag out your token, I have a token. Oh, you already have a token. Never mind.
Yep.
I just gave you a token, so you may want to change that.
Alrighty.
I deleted it. Never mind. Ignore what I'm doing. All right. So you guys watch as Zarian starts climbing the railing. What would you all like to do?
But to yell at the top of my voice if I can. Hey, guys! You're messing with our head! Stop doing that!
Make an intimidation check.
Hey.
You roll a natural 20, I'm gonna laugh so hard.
Like, I don't know, am I intimidating or is it adorable?
Aw.
Roll an adorable check? I don't know.
I dare it. Oh, wait. Do I have inspiration? Chat inspiration?
That would be something you would have to check. I don't have anything here saying that, but I have you guys keep track of your
Mark it in your notes.
Oh, come on. I don't want to screw up this moment.
It's fine. Everything is going to, whether you get the result that you were intending for, the story is going to keep continuing forward, and sometimes missing a roll can be just as much fun as succeeding on it. So,
Yeah.
Just
don't worry.
I would seeing him on the rail. I would instinct would have kicked in, and I would have started casting Misty Step to go back to him to catch him.
Okay. Casting a spell requires a concentration check. What did you get, Howie?
9.
9. Okay. So as you sit there, you kind of scream out. You hear the thunder kind of crack, and you hear the clouds themselves start to kind of just laugh a little bit at you, which kind of pisses you off. And now you're all kind of hearing the same voice at the same time. You have spunk. That's good. Leave the ship.
I don't like people in my head.
I'm
Yeah,
not,
quit us and come here so we can beat you up.
not particularly fond of being in here either. It's rather cramped.
I say very low under my breath, and I make sure that no one else hears me when I say this. I am not in the mood for this. Get out of my head right now.
Just jump off the ship. You don't
Really?
really need it.
You?
I'll take care of you all.
No, you won't.
Once you
Roll
come
the,
up above, I'll take care of you.
A 14 on the concentration.
Yep. Your DC to 10 is what you're looking for. So.
Okay.
So as this is all happening and Zarian's getting higher and higher, suddenly go ahead and make a grapple check against Zarian. So strength athletics from Lucky, either athletics or acrobatics from Zarian.
17.
While that's going on, I just had a crazy idea.
Go for it.
This whole thing started like the veil getting all violent, the voices. It all kind of started at the same time as this storm that appeared above our ship.
Mm-hmm.
How close would you say is the storm itself to like the crow's nest? Like, are these pretty low clouds, or is it pretty much sky level?
Not that low.
Okay,
They're still
never mind.
pretty. I mean, we're still talking about 60 to 100 feet above the
Okay, wouldn't have
veil.
worked then. I had a feeling that if they were rather low clouds, I could have Reggie go up to the crow's nest and use Thunder Wave to try and like clear everything and just see if something was hiding in there.
It's a good.
So
It's a good idea.
I rolled a 16, and my acrobatics is +2.
Okay.
Oh boy.
So
beat me
as
to
he
one.
comes to kind of grab you, you feel these very strong metallic arms start to wrap around you, and you just almost instinctually kind of wriggle your way out. I will let you choose. The wriggling can either you can either land on the ship, or you can land on the other side of the railing. Since you won, I will let you choose which way you could go.
Odds will be ship, even will be over the railing. What's that? Roll 20 decide.
Because the
That's
dice rolls
not
have
a
been so good so
idea.
far.
That's not a good idea.
I believe I said odd was ship, right?
I
Sure.
think so.
I forgot. I just whatever. We'll go with that.
Go for it. That's good. So as you kind of wriggle out of it, you land on the ship pretty hard. And you finally hear, "Fine! I'll do it myself." And the whole ship lurches. And you guys are kind of launched off of it. And you're weightless for a second as you're kind of flying through the air. And then... you feel strange. There's no rain. There's no wind. You feel uncomfortable. Something's poking you in the side, Smegwick. You kind of move around, and it's a stick. Owie, you feel kind of itchy on your neck. As you kind of go to brush it away, there's leaves. They're tickling the back of your neck. And the rest of you are you're in trees. You're in a forest. Don't know how you got here, but...
Does this forest look familiar to Smegwick?
Not really. You look
Okay.
around and... I mean, they're
Okay.
trees. It looks like a lot of forest you've been to, but...
No, I mean
about
this in particular.
Nothing about it is like ringing up a bell.
Okay.
Do I see any new visitors with the invisibility on the deck?
No, and you were rendered unconscious for a
Okay.
little bit, so see invisibility would be gone. You're actually not sure how much time has passed. Because you guys are slowly coming to. You're all there. Even the captain. You kind of look around. The place you are is not an incredibly large area, but it's pretty densely populated with trees. But you
Is Spitwit here?
Looking around, you don't see him.
Buddy? I don't sense him.
No. You guys do see about, 50 to 100 yards away, there looks to be kind of a tree line and a clearing that are there.
One minute we were on the ship, now we're here.
We're not beached or anything. Like, we're still on the air quotes water.
Currently, you're on land. You're in the middle of a forest of some sort.
Yeah, we were knocked out, we woke up, and now we're in the middle of nowhere.
I'm
I don't
gonna-
remember this place.
I instantly try to right myself as best as I can, and I'm like looking everywhere for any sign of the ship itself.
You don't see anything. You don't really see the veil. The trees here are thick enough that you can't really see that far away. But if you'd like to make an investigation check, you can see if you can see a little bit further, or perception, whichever works better for you. For you.
Perception in my case.
Okay.
What is with my rolls recently?
Mine too. That is a 6.
Yeah. Right now, you're still a little kind of groggy from whatever happened.
I got a 12.
You're a
For
little bit
rat.
better. Again, the one thing you're noticing is again around like 50 to 100 yards away, there is a tree line. It stops rather abruptly, and there is some light coming from there. So obviously, there's sunlight.
Friends,
The
where's
last
the
time
ship?
The
I
Where's
last
the
time-
ship?
don't see it.
The last time I got lost in a forest, it did not go well for me.
Dear friends, where's the ship? And where's the veil?
Reggie.
You hear this strange sound, like metal hitting dirt.
I back up to go with the rest of the group.
Do I see Gerald anywhere?
Looking around, you see pieces of Gerald.
Yikes.
He doesn't look particularly damaged, just in a few pieces.
Pieces.
You think without too much difficulty you can put him back together, but it will require some alone time and some effort.
Wait, are the little pieces of him like crawling towards each other to reassemble himself like the Iron Giant?
I was thinking more like C-3PO in Empire kind of thing.
Right.
What is that? Where's that sound coming from? I'm looking to the direction the sound's coming from.
Am I
coming
still
from
glowing?
the tree line.
I look up.
Lucky you're no longer glowing.
Okay.
Though you have a few more scuff marks on you than you remember.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna be trying to reassemble Gerald, whether I have to use spell slot or not. I'm gonna be taking the time to do that.
Yeah, you won't need a spell slot. You'll just need about an hour's ish worth of time.
Step away real quick.
Okay. So you guys can say,
Do we get an idea of how far away it is, you said, but
Sounds-
beyond the tree line?
relatively close beyond the tree line. Suddenly, it stops. Hello there.
Oh,
Oh, is someone there?
Yes. Come out into the light.
what light?
You're in the forest. I can't see you. Come out here.
Oh, okay.
Jody,
Mm-hmm.
does this place look familiar to me?
No, not in the least.
Okay.
I help Zarian pick up Gerald.
All right.
Just to be on the safe side, I just have a handle on. I have a hand on the hilt of my rapier, and I very slowly move towards the voice.
As you reach for your rapier, it's not there.
Daggers?
Nothing.
Ball bearings?
Ball bearings are there.
What
I
about
tried-
Violin.
About 10 feet away, kind of balanced precariously on the edge of something. You can't see too much further than it. Is your violin, and it's kind of tilting.
What?
And
Do I see him staring at it?
Right now, you're kind of more drawn to him going, ah! So you don't know what he's staring at because you're just looking at him.
are all the bandolier I have, are all those pockets empty? Because it was a bunch of my knickknacks from the spells.
Any weapons, basically anything you would
Okay.
find on the weapons page of the PHB seems to be missing for everyone.
Oh man, I am so useless in combat. Let's not get into a fight, guys. I have no attack cantrips. Just throwing it out there.
So I have everything else on me but my knife, my dagger.
Yeah, and anything that could be classified as a weapon. Arcane focuses were foci would also be missing.
Yeah, that's why I'm worried.
Jody.
That's what I'm here for.
I look around for my halberd.
Nothing. Back to Reggie. You
It's
see
gonna kill me.
your violin is kind of creaking. You see it start tipping. Looks like it might go over whatever it's about.
I briskly yet daintily beeline straight for the violin.
Okay. Go ahead and make me a dexterity acrobatics
Oh.
check.
Oh, screw you.
Gotta make sure I piss off the entire group.
Okay, acrobatics, you said?
Yep.
Trust D&D.
14?
All right. So as you go, you get it, and you watch it start falling, and you grab it right as it's about to go. And you kind of skid, so you're halfway off, like the kind of edge is right here, and you are now looking down at a sheer cliff face that goes about 200 to 250 feet straight down to the Vale.
Guys, pull me. Pull me. Pull me. Pull me. Pull me.
Mage hand, because that's a cantrip.
Yeah, that could only lift to 20 pounds.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, 10 pounds. So I'm just like,
So it's just like
I'm
you
just
feel
French.
this kind of light tugging on your shirt.
I'm not going to the edge of that cliff.
But you have no problem just
I'm
kind of
helping.
yanking him.
So,
No
I can
check
use-
required. You just kind of pull him back.
Okay. I just kind of flip over onto my back, face up on the ground, and I'm just hugging my violin, going.
Mage hand smack, like slap, 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 slap.
you said
Get out of
all
it.
of our focuses were gone too, right?
Yes.
So that would include my smith tools that I need for Gerald.
I will say, because any other caster would not be able to cast with Smith's tools, they're still there.
Okay, because I could create a new set if I had an hour, but
No, your Smith's tools you still have.
okay.
So they wait a minute. This isn't making sense. They knock us out. They strip us of our gear. They strip us of only a couple select items.
Are you
And
okay? Do you need some help?
In a minute, we just realized that some of our items are missing.
It's okay. I know it can be jarring. Just come on out.
I'm sorry.
We
who
can
the-
help.
who-
Okay.
I'm sorry. I stepped away.
Yeah. There was a voice. The stopped, and then a voice called out to you guys and asked you to come out of the forest.
Why don't you come over here?
If you'd like, are you stuck? Because I can bring some help. I know sometimes like a tree can fall, or you can get stuck in the undergrowth. We don't want to startle you.
My good man, if you can hear us right now, we're startled enough just being here.
I know it's very uncomfortable, but I promise everything's okay. You're safe.
What exactly is this place?
Come on out.
If we do, we're going all together.
May I make an insight check?
Sure.
All right.
Can I assist her on that? Give her advantage.
How would you give her advantage?
You know what? Yeah, good question. Never mind.
I mean, you can roll your own.
I'll cast guidance.
Does guidance have any material components? Or is
Dice
it just...
jail.
Nope, verbal and somatic.
Okay. So you can add a D4 to that roll.
It's still gonna be in that one.
Oh, never mind.
Wow. Yeah. Throw that die. So you're a little bit frazzled for everything that's happening. You don't sense any malice in his voice, but you're a little bit too focused on what's happened to get a good reading. Does anyone else want to roll in insight check?
Zarian.
Sure.
Yeah, because Smeg was definitely not trusting this.
I don't know if any of you speak Primordial, but you would hear Zarian just saying some things while he's piecing together Gerald.
Insight is a 26.
Better.
Despite not having anything physical to go off of, he sounds genuine. Like there's nothing in his voice that would betray any sort of deceit or intent beyond he sounds like he wants to help.
Got 17. I didn't beat that.
Yeah. Anyone that rolls above a 15, it's kind of what you could get.
Smeg still does not trust in the situation. And, like,
I've been in your place to trust me. All right? No one's going to hurt you. You're completely safe. Just come on out.
He's going to carefully go towards the voice.
Okay.
Reggie as well.
Backing them up.
Would I
Helping Zarian.
I don't know if I would add enough time to collect Gerald.
He's large enough and in enough pieces. Well, how big is Gerald?
He's a medium, so he's about 5'11".
So he's a little bit too big for you to be able to get all the pieces on just your own. If someone wants to help you carry him, you can have all the pieces.
Yeah, Lucky was helping me.
Okay. So yeah,
I'll carry his head.
Between the two of you, you guys come out right around here, and you see this rather large farm field. Seems to be somewhat early in this season. You don't see a ton of growth in it, and you see probably 20 or 30 different people at various places in this very, very large farm field. And the one closest have all kind of put their tools down, and they're just kind of looking at you. They're wearing relatively simple clothing. Some of them are waving. The one closest comes. Hi. How are you?
Hello, chicken, but
Is
I
anyone
think we're okay.
hurt? We don't have much, but we have a few people that know how to deal with wounds. If anyone needs any assistance.
I doubt you know how to help me, so I'll just... You point me to a very large space, and I'll point to all the pieces that me and Lucky are holding.
That's different. But the rest is... And he kind of smiles. Just like the last time.
Last time.
Last time.
You must all be very, very confused.
Yes, we are.
Smidge. A scotch.
It's almost time for our midday meal. Why don't you come with me? We'll have something to eat. You can ask me all the questions that you have.
Okay.
I lean over to Smegwick and I just go, never trust anyone who calls it midday meal and not lunch.
Come on. Jonas, And you see another person. I'm gonna leave a little early. We have new arrivals. Yeah, I see that.
It's a cult. You think this is a cult?
Go ahead and take them. We'll pick up your slack. Thank you. Oh, by the way, Bradford. Bradford's my name.
Oh, okay.
Come with me, please. And you guys
Are
can
these
see-
people all wearing the same robes?
No robes. They're wearing, tunics and pants. They look.
No robes. They're naked.
Yeah, they're all naked. They have into their chest hair is carved various shapes and they're wearing kind of relatively plain clothes, but none of it seems
Like beige
uniform?
with a blue sneaker? Okay.
It doesn't look uniform or anything. It looks mostly home-made stuff. So there's not a ton of uniformity to most of it. But as he starts kind of taking you guys out of the field, you see a decent-sized little village here. And at the far end, you see a giant windmill. Easily 150 or to 200 feet high. And that...
Where the hell are we?
We
That's
are
what I
going
would say.
to end it for tonight.
Well, this was a trip.
Yeah.
So, if you missed any of the episode, I do put them all on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Jody. Otherwise, again, that is all for me, and I'll see you guys in the next week. All right? Bye-bye.
Bye.